Hello?
Good morning or good afternoon over there where you at. What's happening?
Good morning and good afternoon. Just chilling.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much. I'm just going for a walk.
Okay.
Walking is kind of nice. Not as nice as over there, though, I bet.
No, it's hot over here. It's hot. We dealing with these major heat waves over here, man. So it's kind of it's been like where I'm at. I'm not even in the area where Max is, so it's he's closer to the water than I am. So I'm like close to like Palm Springs. So it gets like it's been like maybe 105. Some days it's been like 108.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's major over where I'm at. So, but one, I want to start out just by commending you on staying consistent and trying to, get your thing out because you kind of in music, man, it's kind of hard, staying on top of your A game and you go through those times of depression, right? And
Yeah.
I just want to, talk to you because I really like the, because you got silent for a while in the group, and I ain't gonna beat you up for it because I know why we sometimes, kind of back off, especially when we're trying to get our heads wrapped around on what we're trying to do. But I really want to, just kind of talk to you about, especially for like some of the members, just so you can kind of talk about what, the steps that you took to kind of get this project you've been on out of the water. But just for me to start out, I want to thank you, especially because you and Donnie are pretty much the only, two female members in the group who have been consistent in being a voice for the ladies in the group. You know what I mean? So that's big for me. But this last project that you've been working on, you kind of kept us in the loop of what's been going on. And I know that you've been talking to Max and getting a lot of pointers from him and sharing your journey. So, first off, just tell me this, your style, because you got this hip hop style, and I'm not gonna say that it's like a Little Kim, Foxy Brown, or Nicki Minaj type of style because you got your own swag. But what made you come up with the style that you got?
Well, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I was so excited. I'm all excited and nervous.
No, don't be nervous at all, cause I'm no more special than you are. So it's just me. It's just Big Bro. So don't even trip.
Okay. But you know what? It's so odd because when I first started rapping, I didn't like the sound of my voice. Like, I hated the sound of my voice, and it was really weird. So as I started, rapping, and I don't know, it just developed that way. Like, I used to hate to hear myself record or anything. Like, I'm like, ugh, but people actually started commenting me on my style and my voice and the way that I did, with my bars and my rounds or whatever. And I was like, wow, okay, maybe, I got something going on here that I didn't even know that I had until I gave it a shot,
Right. It's funny because when I listen, it's not like the way that I see you, and it's almost like you look like I don't know why, but when I look at you, I'll be like, dang, she remind me of Destiny. Destiny's my daughter. She go by Andy. She's in TMR too, and she raps and sings, but she's real silent. She'll pop up every blue moon, but it's really funny because when I look at you, you remind me of my daughter, and I know you much older than her. Not that you old, but I'll be like, dang. So when I heard you rap, I'm like, dang, she got this style about her, like it's hip hop, but then you got a charisma, right? And that's what you really gotta have. But then you're not your typical female rapper that you're trying to, let's say, portray a sex appeal type image, but you have sexy lyrics. Does that make sense? But you strong and you demanding with it. So it's kind of like damn, like you know what I mean? Like you make people listen to it, and like even even when I listen to the stuff, like it's kind of like, okay, you drag us in, and then that last joint that you had with the guy, you know, the feedback that Max had given you, like kind of ride with it more, like you play with the beats a lot, but still you have to tell a story, right? And you want people to imagine whatever you feeling at that time when you saying it. But it's kind of like, I really like the innocence of your face, but that strength in your voice, and it kind of plays out well. You know what I mean? And you don't have to come out with the wardrobe to match it. So it all fits well. And I hope that you gravitate to that. How long have you been rapping?
Well, I've been rapping about, I would say probably 4 or 5 years.
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, probably about 4. Now, I started taking it serious probably maybe 3 years ago. It was a couple years I was just, you know, getting my feet wet, trying to, you know, get a feeling of what I wanted to do. But I always knew that once I started, like, I had a purpose. Like, my purpose was to always be an example and to be a role model and to be something different for not only just little girls to see, but, you know, just for my community in general. Because as I listen to the radio, I always had a love for good music. Like, people always tell me that I'm older than my age because I love the Temptations and Baker, you know, stuff like that. I was always listening to, you know, all the good stuff. And so when music, in my opinion, started taking a turn, and it was just so much stuff on TV, me having a daughter myself, as young and coming up, it was like, wow, you know, what can she look at that I had, you know, Queen Latifah, I had good shows on TV to come up with, you know, what does she have? She really doesn't have anything. So that's what kind of got me started. And then as I got more serious with it, you know, I started to see that this could actually be my calling and something that I should be doing. So I started to get more serious with it. That's when I started looking at the business side of things and trying to make sure my goal was to never get signed. I just want to build something from the ground up and just kind of, you know, have something for her and, you know, just see where it goes. But it's always for the love first. And then if anything comes after that, that's totally fine with me.
Okay, so hold on. I gotta stop you. For one, you said you said you like the Temptations. One, I grew up on the Temptations, and it's funny because you say that, because a lot of people don't understand, like, you can grow up on a certain genre of music but still be influenced as a, you know, as a rapper. Because I don't really listen to a lot of rap, especially when I was growing up, but I was a dope rapper. But it came from me, like, being in ciphers and stuff. So I'm gonna let you go into that. But then another thing you said that kind of stood out for me, you say you're not looking to get signed. I get it. I understand it. But now me, the old man that I am, almost 42, I'm not looking to get signed. I created TMR for y'all. Okay. So let me speak on that real quick. So you say that you're not looking to get signed. So I'm gonna let you talk about how you got into rapping, meaning did you do ciphers and all that? But I want to know, for someone who says that they aren't looking to get signed and you do it for the love, what are you doing music for? Because I don't see you as, let's say, a sofa rapper. What a sofa rapper is to me is someone that just does it because they like to sit in the house and sit on the couch and rap and kind of record songs here and there. So why are you doing this thing called rap?
I'm doing it because, aside from the fact that I love to do it, I do want to build something now. I want to build a business. Okay. But I feel like I can do it through music now. Being signed, you know, it can be cool. In my eyes, I see it as a loan. Like, right, okay. I see it as a loan, to whereas I guess if I took a couple more years to build everything and maybe build my own team, you know, and take my time with it and, you know, get the paperwork and all that stuff that I need to get, I feel like if I can have that money just coming back to me, that'll help further my other goal. Because really, I want to build a recreation center here in the city of Detroit here, where kids can come and they can play basketball, or if they want to record, it can be a studio there just to get them off of the streets, you know, because
Right.
it can be rough. It can be rough over here, and they don't have. It's like they don't have a lot of outlets for kids to do that. So I feel like if somebody came to me and wanted to sign me, I mean, it's tough because I don't know. I just rather try to build something on my own, you know.
No, well, okay, so this is why I asked you that question, because a lot of people, if they hear you say that I'm not looking to get signed, because a lot of people when they think about being a rapper, singer, or any type of thing dealing with entertainment, they always think that they need a deal. So basically, the reason that I asked you to elaborate on that is because what it sounds like to me, you want to do it for yourself. You get what I'm saying? You want to build your own thing.
Right.
So it's real important that you distinguish the difference between signing a deal or doing it independently. You follow what I'm saying? So it sounds like you just want to do it independently. Right. I'm okay with hearing it from that perspective versus you saying, I just want to do it just because I like to hear myself. You follow what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to ask that question, because I think a lot of times people don't understand why some people say, no, keep your deal. I just love music versus, you know, keep your deal. I'm going to do it for myself, because a lot of people lie and say, oh, no, I ain't tripping off no deal. I just love the music. You can't tell me that if you got talent that you feel that you want people to hear, that you don't want to monetize off of it in some way, shape, or form, or like you saying, giving back to your community, which is in Detroit, right? You follow what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, and this is something that I hope that not saying that you don't, but that I hope that you keep at the forefront of your mind as you venture off, which is something that I see coming from you. So now, bouncing back, you're saying that you from Detroit, which we do have a couple of members of TMR, TWE being one of them. But a place like Detroit, I'm come from the mortgage industry, so I know a lot about Detroit as far as, and don't take it the wrong way, but Detroit for us in the housing market was always a rundown area, a poverty-stricken type of area, where it was like low income, right? So,
yeah.
Growing up out there, what type of opportunities are there for, let's say, someone like you to be able to give back through music?
Well, I feel like there are opportunities. Like there are. They're trying to renovate some areas of it, like downtown, but even though they're trying to renovate downtown, the community parts of the city are still like crime ridden and all of that. Uh-huh. And I know I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling him about what I wanted to do, and he was saying, well, all you're going to do is vandalize it, or, you know, or break into it, and this and that and that. And I'm just like, you know, I just started thinking about it. I just feel like it's going to be a challenge. Uh-huh. But I feel like if it's something in the city, positive like that, I feel like if the opportunity presents itself and I'm able to do it when the time is right, I feel like kids will flock to that.
Right.
And I think it would be really good. I don't think there's nothing in the city. Like, it could be in Southfield. It can be in, you know, Oak Park, wherever, in the surrounding areas, but I haven't seen anything in the city, you know, where these teenagers and kids can actually go and have an outlet besides, you know, robbing people. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think I would give it a shot. I think it's definitely there. There are vacant, you know, buildings or whatever. I think the opportunity is there. It's just about who's gonna take that chance.
Let TMR be an example, and the only reason I'm gonna bring up TMR is because it's visible. Anytime you do something to give back, and this is what like TMR is to me, and there are things that I done like outside of TMR to kind of give back, but everybody is not gonna see your vision the way that you see it, but you still always have to push forward through it. And you're always gonna have those people that try to discourage you. And that happens a lot of times because I've always told my circle of friends, it's not that people don't want to see you do it. A lot of times people just don't want you to be the first one to do it because it's almost like they don't want you to get the shine that they feel that they should have for doing certain things. Also, people don't, let's say, believe in a dream the way that you may believe it to be so. But if you feel that you are led to do something, especially if it's going to help what you see make your community a better place, go ahead with it, especially if you know that the Lord is lifting you up to do it, because of the fact that you never know what little or big thing could help lift up kids, especially in a more positive way. I can tell you that if your vision is great, there will be some success in it. And if you have a great team and individuals in there that are going to support and stand behind you, especially if you can rally your community together, because I know that's something that TWE had mentioned before, is that there aren't enough people that come together within Detroit to build things, but it's all because you probably have some people that just don't believe that it's possible. But you guys got to, if you guys come together and build that thing, man, it could happen. But you just got to stand firm on it. So with this project that you're on right now, because you got, I think it's 2 songs that you let us hear so far. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with the 2 songs, what you're currently trying to do, like I said, you're just kind of putting them out there and letting people hear them. I know that you got this radio show coming up. So talk about that, because that's dope. I got to give you props on that, because not too many people getting those opportunities. How did you go about getting that done?
Okay, well, I'll start off the 2 songs. Now, my original plan was to put out a project, like a 3 or 4 song EP. And, to have it available, but it's just so much going on in my personal life. It definitely affects my music life. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like,
oh, I understand, man.
Right now, yeah, like everything just got all blew up, and then it didn't happen like I wanted it to.
Real talk.
So, so I said, okay, I'm gonna roll with the punches. I got this song that, Room Full of Rappers was always gonna be my first song. It's just, I felt like it needed to be said, especially with the way the music scene. Detroit is a very hard market. We have this sound that we're pinned with, and if anything different outside of that certain sound, nobody want to hear it, unless really for us, it's like you have to make it outside the city before you can even get any love inside the city. I don't know if that's how it is everywhere. It might be. I just know from my experience, Detroit is a very hard market. So I just wrote from my experiences, and I wanted people to know that being an independent artist is not easy. Like, people want to get in the studio and make a song and like, okay, I'm going to put this, but it's more to it. Like, it's a lot of stuff that we go through, even like I was talking about, the personal and the music. It's all, we just one person, so it's a lot of stuff that we all go through as artists. And so I wanted to follow that song up with something a little more, I say, commercial, even though I try to stay true to myself, which I feel like I still did. Mm-hmm. But this was probably, like I was telling you guys in the post, this was probably the most commercialized, most radio song that I've ever made. And I think that's why it's doing so well, because I think it reaches another part of my audience that I wasn't reaching before, because a lot of my songs are, I guess conscious type, not really songs people, I guess, would want to dance to. So with this song, I put the S's on it. He's from here too, and he was so professional. He went in, knocked it out. He finished his verse before I even finished mine. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get this done. He was great. Like, I love him. He was so professional.
That's what's up.
So the producer is also from Michigan.
Okay.
Too, and so the guy that did the cover is from Michigan. So let's try to keep it in the family on this one. I think I did all right. So with this song, I was really wanted to put out a project on my birthday, August 29th. It didn't happen like that. So I decided just to put out this song, and I wanted to show like my versatility to where once you hear a song like Talk That, oh, it's a nice, sexy, fun song, whatever. then right after that, you got a room full of rappers that come on, oh, she can do it like this too, you know what I'm saying? So that was the point of me putting out 2 songs at total different ends of the spectrum like that. Since I couldn't do my project like I wanted to, I said I would just go ahead and do it like that.
Okay. And then so the team that you have right now, like you said, you kind of kept it in house. So are these the people that kind of is this everybody that you're working with, or are you working with a couple of producers, or is that only one producer that you're kind of working with?
Well, the producers that I usually work with are usually producers that I've just met along the way, like on Twitter or at events or on SoundCloud, just me like introducing myself or listening to their beats and liking them. That's how I usually run into my producers. I don't necessarily have like one producer I work with. I think on almost every song I've done has been a different producer.
So how did you get plugged into this radio slot? What, like, who plugged you into that connection? Or just from you being heard around the way, or how did it happen?
It's a real funny story. I don't know if you've ever heard of this site. It's called Music X-Ray. I forgot how I even came about it.
No, okay, what's that?
It's supposed to be like they call themselves an A&R site to where certain people have profiles and you can submit your music to an opportunity that they have posted. Like, I forgot how I even came across this site, but I said, okay, I'm gonna try it out. You know, I'll try anything once.
Oh,
if it
for
don't
sure.
work out, then I just won't do it again. So I tried it out. I submitted that song to DJ Wonder through the site. Now, I got some feedback from him that supposedly said, well, I wouldn't play this now, but I'll play it if it got traction in another market. And I was like, okay, I took that as motivation. So on Twitter, and this is why I love Twitter, because it's so open and free form to where people can respond to you. I posted a screenshot of the what he supposedly said, and I tweeted, you know, okay, I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna have no choice but to play it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna do this, so you play it. And he responded, and he said, I don't remember saying this. How did you submit this song? Right. And I said, I submitted it through, I told him where I submitted it. And I said, well, can I message you? Because I thought that was you. So he messaged me. He ended up messaging me on Twitter. And he said, you know what, send me the song directly and I'll let you know. So I sent him the song. He got back with me. I was going to follow up in about a week, but he got back with me first. He emailed me back and he said, it sounds good. I'm going to give it a shot on my night show. I was like, what?
Wow. That's how
that happened. So that was pretty cool.
That's what's up. So
yeah,
you mentioned that you're a mother. You got a daughter. Mm-hmm. So now, not trying to get too personal, but how do you balance being a mother and just basically just being a parent and the music life? Like, are you a single parent, or you know what I'm saying? Like, because I personally know trying to be a parent and trying to be, you know, like just the whole household, because I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a grandfather now, and you know, and just trying to do music and you know, working the TMR thing, and like my whole days get consumed, and then dealing with, you know, my health, but I make it work. It consumes a lot of you, but when you got vision, it's like there are never enough hours in any given day, right? But you go along with it because of the fact that you feel like any time you stop, it's like you missing time. So how do you balance your days? How do you balance being there for your daughter and being there for yourself and then being there for the music?
It's very difficult. It can be very discouraging. It can be very stressful.
Right. You
can get so overwhelmed so easily, because with a 6-year-old, it's like, oh my goodness gracious, you know. And then I am a single mother, and that's even harder, you know, because in my eyes, you know, a child is supposed to have a mother and a father, and I know a lot of women go through this, but it can be hard. So I work I work for the post office. I work for the United States Postal Service.
Okay.
They're insane in themselves.
Thanks for delivering our mail.
You know, having to go to work and deal with them. I work from 6 p.m. to 2:30, so then I have to come home. And when she was in school, I have to get up, right back up, and take her to school. Then, you know, I had to get more rest, try. Writing really isn't difficult for me because I'll pull out my phone and I'll write in a second. Writing is the most fun, easiest part for me.
Okay.
So I can do that with no problem. But the problem for me is recording because since my laptop went down, I can't record at home anymore. So I have to make more time to try to go out and try to go out to record.
Yeah, I remember you saying that your system went down on you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That makes it even harder. So now that I have to go out, it's tough. But like you said, once you got the vision, that vision becomes tunnel vision, especially when you believe in something. So when my daughter always comes first before anything.
No doubt.
So once I get her to where she good, she's settled, then I have to think about myself, just, you know, other things, like I'm trying to buy a home. That's another thing. Music can be expensive, too. A lot of people don't realize.
Right, no doubt.
People don't realize that. And, you know, I had a couple people that wanted to do collabs with me, but I'm like, it's so much other stuff going on. I had to just apologize, you know, because I'm trying to buy a house. That's expensive. I'm trying to do my stuff. That's time, and then that's money, you know. So it can be hard, but if you got a vision, it can't nothing stop you. You just gotta learn how to time management. That's very important. You prioritize. You gotta see what's 1, 2, and 3, and then once you get organized, you know, and you get a schedule going on, you can do it. It's gonna be hard. You can definitely do it, and that's what I find myself doing. I do a lot, but I'm doing it.
Do you find, especially like you said, being single or single parent, I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but in music, because I know back in the day when we were younger, you know, we would be around a lot of different record labels and the different people that were high up in the industry, just because of who my dad knew, and I know that women always had a difficult time in the industry because of the fact that anything that was offered to them came with expectation, meaning they wanted, the people who were offering always wanted something extra. Do you find that people try to take advantage of you being a talented female in the industry, where they try to, you know, get over on you, whether it's not giving you the best of, or whether they make sexual advances or things like that towards you?
I am so glad that you brought that up.
100.
I am about to touch
this big bro
on
talking. We gonna get in it.
I am about to touch on this right here. Okay, first of all, I am in a relationship. He actually raps too, and he gave me the thought in my mind to try it. So that's where I got the thought from. He been rapping longer than I have. Okay. So I got the thought from him. Now, I was a percussionist in high school. I always loved music, and producing was what I wanted to do. And let me just say, producers, y'all are on another level. I give y'all props to the fullest, because that is not easy at all. Mixing, engineering, and producing, that's amazing. It's amazing, because I try and I cannot do either one. So, okay, but back to what I was saying before I jumped off. I am in a relationship, and even in that, like, because I had to put my daughter first, and then me second, sometimes it's kind of hard, because, you know, especially I've been with him like almost 6 years, and trying to find time to even fit him in, sometimes it's hard, because he works and then I work. We on 2 different shifts. He works morning, I work night. Okay. And then I try to record, you know what I'm saying? But you know, me and my daughter right now until I'm married, and that's what I say about that, you know, because her dad is in Alabama, so okay. Right now, it's just, that's how it is right now. I'm cool with it like that. But as far as the advances, man, let me tell you, where do I even start? I've had guys that claim they want to do music, and this is how I weed them out. Because I say, okay, hit me up, DM me, email me, but they don't want my number. I'm like, there's how many different ways to communicate with me? You don't have to have my personal number, you know what I'm saying, to communicate with me on a level where you're just trying to do a song with me. Now, I'm going to tell you, now, I do give out my number to people that I feel like is on some real stuff.
Right.
But this one guy actually got into arguing with me because I wouldn't give him my number. Like, it just happened twice. It was one producer, he wanted to send me a beat or something. And I said, okay, that's cool. And I gave him my email. And he was like, well, let me get your number. And I'm like, well, you don't really need my number at this point, to send me some samples or whatever you're going to send me. He was, well, ain't nobody trying, you just blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, are you serious? So
wow.
I'm dealing with him. The other guy, same thing. Oh, I don't like doing, business over email. And I said, well, we even do Skype. But I don't like doing that. And I'm like, well, you know what? If you can't do it that way, then I'm sorry. I don't even know you like that to be. And then he went into arguing, and I just ignored him. So that's happened. And then it's like this producer that I bought a beat from, I'm supposed to get the track out because now I just buy exclusive because I've had a couple of instances to where I've leased and then tried to go back and do something with the song and the beat was owned already. So I said, okay, that's not going to happen to me anymore. And so he sent me an MP3 to write on.
Uh-huh.
And when I was ready to get the track out, he sent me an MP3. I said, okay, do you think like I'm dumb or something? This is the same thing you sent me already. He like, oh, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. Look at it. You're supposed to send me files in a folder. Like, this is okay.
Like you wouldn't know, yeah.
It was a completely different beat. It wasn't even the same beat. When he sent the files, it was a different beat. I'm like, are you, like, what?
Wow.
You just think I'm dumb or, yeah. It's some crazy stuff that happens. But guys do try to, on the slide talk to me, and I hate that.
So like, so going to the studio, like so then you never go by yourself, I'm sure.
I can't, I can't, I'll take like my stepbrother with me, and it's kind of sad because I don't want to do that. Like I want to go to the studio.
You got to do it though, because because and it's funny because it's females that I know in music, and maybe because I don't give off that vibe like I'm a threat, but I never have any issue. Like even in TMR, when I ask for you guys' numbers, like you guys just be like, here, because you guys just, I guess I'm the old man or whatever, but it's but I just always remember, like, whenever I would have, people come to the studio, I always made sure that I made them feel comfortable. Like if I needed people to sing over songs and stuff for me. But there were times when I would have females that would come in the studio and be like petrified. And right. I would ask them like, why? And they would say because they have gone to places where they would get locked into locked inside the studios, and guys would try to, do stuff to them. So I've always wondered how it is, especially even for females who rap, because I don't know what it is about rappers, especially when you are female rappers. It's almost like the Foxy Browns, the Nicki Minaj's, and the Little Kims have set this stage that female rappers are kind of got this sex appeal vibe about them, where they're easy or whatever it is, and that's not all the way necessarily true. It's just the image that's portrayed to sell records. But guys just feel like, oh, she want this deal so bad, or she want this beat so bad that I can take advantage of her, and she's gonna give me what I want because she's trying to get what she wants. So it's kind of like favor for favor type thing, so that's why I wanted to put that out there, because I know that that's not something that people are usually asked. But you know, it's you gotta kind of be careful. So another thing I want to ask about Detroit, because when we think Detroit, we think about Eminem's, we think about D12. That's for me being on the West Coast, because when I'm on the West Coast, like when people ask me about the West Coast back in the day, you used to always say, "Do you know Eazy? Do you know Snoop Dogg? Do you know Ice Cube?" and stuff like that. So I'm not going to ask you if you know Eminem. I'm not going to ask you if you know D12. But what artists out there have influenced you specifically that we would know, or what artists that are maybe up and coming that we should know about outside of Mariimomma?
Okay. From here, right?
Yeah, Detroit. Because we got to know about Detroit. I don't know a lot about Detroit right now.
Okay. Well, as far as artists from here that inspire me, I really like Big Sean. Now, I know that could be the typical answer, but
I forgot about Big Sean. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, his wordplay is so amazing. Like, you just listen to what he's saying. I'll be so in awe sometimes with what he be saying. Like, I'm like, oh shoot, sometimes I want to get, my wordplay up there. I love playing on words and trying to think of stuff out the box that nobody has said before.
Right.
And I think he does a real good job of that. But as far as artists that, oh man, it's some really dope underground artists here that don't get the shine they should be getting. Like, crap, I got so many. Where do I start? You got the Essence, of course. He's dope. You have an artist named Soda, your boy Soda. He's really good. And then you have but you don't know these people.
Right.
Like, you don't know them, so I really can't.
Well, you know what? You know why I'm asking you about those artists? The reason that I'm asking you about those type of artists is because of the fact that it's kind of the same thing with you. You're dope, but people have yet to, around the world or around the US, to hear about you. You get what I'm saying? And this is for a lot of us. Like, people say, oh man, you dope. Why nobody hear about you? And it's because of that mainstream market is so hard to kind of fly into sometimes, because of the fact that you got to look a certain way or you got to sound a certain way to kind of cross over. But then when your homies know about you or your community know about you, they like, dude, you better than such and such. It's kind of like those NBA players that are good, but then you got the guy that's in the community that plays in the park that you be like, dang, he's better than such and such. Like, he's the next LeBron, he's the next Kobe, but he never makes it. You follow what I'm saying? Because he just wasn't in the right place at the right time. So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of times we don't necessarily have to be influenced by the person that everyone has heard of. Sometimes we're influenced by the ones that no one ever even heard of. You follow what I'm saying? Because we're case in point, my influence is not necessarily an influence, but it's a competition. Like, Max and my boy Josh are the ones who challenge me the most lyrically, right? And it's kind of like a sibling rivalry that we guys that we have that's innocent. Because when we used to go to the studio back in the day, because I've been knowing Max since I was 6 years old. I'll be 42. So that's how long he's been in my life. Right, exactly. And I've been knowing Josh since I was 15. All right. So
wow.
Exactly. So we know each other like the back of our hands. So the thing is that when we used to go in the studio, we would actually, like, whoever wrote first would say the rhyme, and then whoever goes next will look, and then we'll have to go back to the drawing board, and then the other one will be like, what you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm adding some words while I'm doing this, but you feel like I got to make it better. You get what I'm saying? But we were that, right, we were that dope, but it was like, I was like Redman's, I like Redman, I like Mobb Deep and all of that kind of stuff, but my influences were right in my immediate circle. You follow what I'm saying? So it's not always the outside, the people that are on TV that are influencing me the most. Sometimes it's our inner circles that do it for us, you know, that make us better. And that's the thing. So that's the only reason that I asked that question, not necessarily for you to throw the names out there, but I just know that a lot of times people don't understand we don't have to be influenced by the ones that everybody's heard about. You get what I'm saying? So basically you said you got the 2 songs. I know you got the radio shot coming up. Your dream is to finish up the EP. But the balance of life got in the way. I get it. What can you say to those who are trying to do it? Let's say balance life, get the vision, have the dream. What advice would you have for people that are trying to do it that, let's say, are discouraged? Let's say that feel like there's no hope to make the dream happen. Like they want to do it, but they feel like it can't get done because it's too much stuff in the way. What advice do you have for those people?
I would say, just look at life. Life isn't about just going to a 9-to-5. Life isn't just about trying to please other people. Life is about living. Life is about doing what makes you happy because it's so short. So many variables. You gotta do what makes you happy at all costs. You just, even if it's just step by step, like any little step can play a part in what you're trying to achieve. Just like me, I quit twice. I quit doing music twice. And I came back because my love for it was so strong. And I felt like people always come to me and say, you know, that you motivate me. Like you motivated me. This song is so cold. I want to get back to rapping. I want to get back to my dreams. And that motivates me. So I would say to everybody out there that's discouraged, just keep going. Just think about how you would feel when everything you went through. If it was easy and everybody could do it, like that's cool. But what satisfaction would you have if, you know, everything was just handed to you on a silver platter?
No doubt.
Once you get where you want to get, and then you look back and you be like, dang, I got through that, I deserved it. It's gonna be that much sweeter. So you got to keep going. You have to keep going, and even if it's baby steps at a time. I'm 27, and I just feel like I'm just getting what I want to do in life. You know, it's
right.
You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going at all costs and make yourself happy. You gotta be happy.
Man, that's what's up. Well, I just want to thank you for spending time with me. And I also for sure want to thank you for being part of the group. I think that members don't understand how important the group is for me. And the only reason that I created the group was my way to give back. Just to give you some insight on why I created the group. I know that I'm the reason that I never made it. There were deals that I was offered that through arrogance, I didn't take them because I wanted more than what was being offered, where it was deals that were saying, okay, I'm gonna give you $30,000 and a truck. Think of Ford Explorers. Max remembers all of this crap. I'll be forgetting because that's where my head was back then. And I was like, I don't want that. I already got that. I already got a car. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that, you know, or I didn't want the money. The money wasn't enough because I'm like, oh, my daddy give me that. You know, we got that kind of money now. It was like a bunch of other stuff. And then, you know, when you around certain stuff, you kind of feel like you're entitled to more. And then there were times when my pride was in the way and ego got in the way, where I felt like I had to put fear in people, where I wanted to intimidate, where if you give me the deal, I'm not giving you my soul. I'm a gangster. You're not taking that from me. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't realize the opportunities and the doors that were open to me, where you got to compromise, you got to bend a little to get the opportunities if you want to take advantage of them, especially back then when the market wasn't so saturated. You follow what I'm saying? And so my thing with TMR was to create this network of people that can kind of come together and talk about some of the ups and downs and the pitfalls of the business, so that we can kind of motivate and push each other to kind of take chances that maybe, let's say, normally you wouldn't take out of fear, or normally you wouldn't take out of pride, or normally you wouldn't take just because you feel that you're not good enough. You know what I mean? Because sometimes fear is just because of the fact that you're scared as a whole, but sometimes not feeling good enough is because of the fact that you're like, I know I'm dope, but I don't think that the world will receive me the way that I feel like I receive myself. So there were just a multitude of things that led me to create the group, outside of the fact that I also had a lot of downtime, being off, dealing with my health or whatever. But I like the individuals within the group that stay vocal and stay letting us know what they're dealing with in their lives personally, and also in musically, because of the fact that it bridges everything together, where people are like, oh, she or he is going through what I'm dealing with, and this and that and the other. And that's why our group is so successful, because a lot of the groups out there aren't like that. You get what I'm saying? But
right.
I want to thank you for being a member. I want to thank you for spending the time, and just stay connected to us, and keep on letting us know what you need help with, as far as helping you just staying motivated, and when you need that shoulder to lean on for the support. But it sounds like you got a plan, and of course we'll be there to support you along the way. And that's it, man. I'm just proud of you. I'm proud of you, man, and just keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you for having me on. I'm still stoked. I'm still on the phone smiling and teasing from ear. Thank you for having me on. Thank you. I just thank you for the group, because I think I've told you this before. It's not a lot of groups out there like that. They usually spam field and just listen to my music, listen to my music.
Right. Yeah.
And this group is very different, and I like everybody in the group, and I'm gonna try to be more vocal in the group too. And everybody out there is gonna listen to this. Everybody be more vocal in the group, man. Everybody. Just post a little something here and there.
Right, exactly. And we getting there, and that's the only reason that I started Vocal OverDub, because I think that if we have the interaction and they see us talking more and getting more personal, I think that it'll open everybody to being, not being so shy. So I think that this is going to open that opportunity up, just so everybody can see who we are. You know what I mean? So definitely a good thing. But yeah, enjoy your day, and we're gonna do more of these, so don't trip. All right?
Yes, I can't wait. Hit me up, y'all. Everybody, I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all later, whatever.
All right, have a good one.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right, bye.